to talk, actually I'll let Ben in. I'm going to talk about something real quick, and then we're just want to hear some thoughts from you guys. You know, maybe preconceived notions of what you thought the course was and it wasn't, what you liked, what you didn't like, things that you would maybe want if you took the course again that was not included. We really do take the feedback and try to better the course. What today was versus the first 10 of these we did is way different. We've made a lot of kind of revisions to make the course better based on the feedback. So we're serious about the feedback, good and bad. So we'll start over here. Any preconceived notions, what you liked, what you didn't, what you thought of the course overall?
I loved it. I mean, this is my first class, so I didn't really have any preconceived notions. I came in with an open mind, pretty much to learn, and I feel like I learned a great deal, stuff to take home and practice.
Thanks for coming out, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
No problem.
My preconceived notions of this class was more of like, I thought we'd be doing a lot more shooting, like more than I'd be comfortable with. But then it was like right on my level of shooting. There's like a lot of lecture, a lot of information I got to learn, which I really liked. I liked also I didn't really not like anything. So if anything, I came here with an open mind as well. This is my first class. I'm still very uncomfortable with the gun, with my gun. I'm still trying to, train more with it. So this is another spark on me trying to train more often.
You're uncomfortable with your gun because it's new to you, or you're uncomfortable with having a gun on you, period, because it's new in general?
I think, yeah, it's just new in general. I mean, I've had it. I think I've had it for a while, but I didn't start carrying till much recently. And even then, I would not carry all the time. So, but I'm trying to get more comfortable with it. I'm trying to push myself to be. I mean, he's helping me a lot. So. And overall, I really like the organization. I feel like you guys really focused on how to organize this class, and I felt like it was very effective.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you for coming out.
The first time we've heard that we didn't shoot enough. I think that's the first time.
No, in my head I was like, we're gonna shoot as soon as we come there, and we're gonna be shooting for 8 hours. In my head, I don't know why I thought that. I guess it's
comment that
Hollywood or something.
The comment we've always gotten with this one and the home defense course has always been, I didn't think we were going to shoot that much, because most of the concealed carry courses, or a lot of the check the box courses, you show up, you shoot 50 rounds. In there, all right, you're good. Here's and you're out. So that's the first.
Well, I think I know what she's saying though, because if you have that course in your mind, it could take 8 hours to shoot 250 rounds, right? Because we could do one shot and then talk for 5 minutes, and one shot and then talk for 5 minutes. So yeah, we got a lot of shooting done in a short amount of time. I think how we layer it, and because of the balance of speed and precision, you're doing 2 to 4 rounds every up. So I mean, you go through some ammo. Yeah, we could have, I think we did good today on actually shooting a good amount of rounds, because sometimes we won't even break 200 because it'll just get so late, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? This isn't a shooting class, even though we all think it is and we call it a shooting class. It's not. If we only shot 150, but you all asked 50 more questions and you got your questions answered, then I'm happy with that. If we fired 400 because every time we covered something, everyone's like, oh, nope, clicked. We did our job, we explained it better, more efficiently, and we shot more, then that's good too, right? So what we like to say is we don't teach a curriculum, we teach people. Every class is different based on the questions. I mean, the structure is the same, but sometimes we do reloads before we do presentation from the holster like we did today. Sometimes we do it after. Sometimes we do lateral movement before we get to the holster. It just depends. So,
the second point I wanted to make, would not have noticed that you were uncomfortable.
Oh.
You came out here, not at all. You came out here, you had a great attitude about it. Your application of what we were teaching was great. So your nervousness that you had coming out here did not reflect to us. And
Yeah,
we're
I have
generally
no
pretty
idea.
good at picking that up. We've had other people who are like trying to reach for the gun. We didn't see that with you at all. So that nervousness that you had,
Oh, thank you. Well,
Yeah.
that's good.
I would.
In a way. I didn't want you guys to know that I was like extremely nervous. Like, oh, this girl is gonna.
I would say it's
Trust
more
me.
it's more of a mental block for you.
Yeah.
Because it's not it didn't present itself to us at all. So I think you're further along than what you're actually allowing yourself to think you are at this point.
Sir,
So I didn't have any preconceived notions. This is the first shooting class I've taken, and he didn't really tell me like anything about classes. So
I didn't know it.
So what I really like, what you guys mentioned at the very beginning, is that you explained why we do everything, which is really important to me. I think everything you taught us, you told us why that you were teaching it to us and why it's important. And so, you know, that kind of goes a level deeper than just going through the motions, which is, I think if I know why I'm doing something, I can do it more effectively and train better. So I really like that. I've never shot from the holster before, so I was very uncomfortable doing that for the first time. So
didn't pick up on that either. You look pretty comfortable.
So I'm, yeah, and since we spent a lot of time shooting, I was, throughout the day getting more comfortable doing that. And, I can watch YouTube videos of how to draw from a holster at 5 o'clock, but what I was surprised was like you guys were able to help me fix issues that were kind of my issues. Like your instruction was kind of tailored to me, and like a lot of things like, if my shirt gets stuck, or like exactly how to keep the gun oriented out of my holster at 5 o'clock. And there's a lot of individual instruction, a lot of individual comments coming from you guys, which I really appreciated. I think that the 2-day course that you have, like I definitely want to go to the next step further.
Well, thank you for coming out. Thank you for the feedback. It was really good feedback.
Thank you.
Hope to see you again. I'm glad Evan talked you into it if you had to. Evan?
Didn't really know what to expect, but yeah, I like the format, just building the skills up, and biggest thing was the why. Like, I don't like any explanations that don't have a reason behind them. So what made a bigger impact than what I thought was the small group. Like, I feel like it was a lot more open to being able to ask stuff and not feel like it was a group of super tactical, whatever type. That was my concern, is you sign up for something you don't really know who else is going to this, But yeah, it was really
I will
good.
tell you this, I rarely have groups like that.
Yeah.
Normally, like in a 2-day course with 10 people, if I had 2, I'd be surprised. So the rest of you all normally wash them out.
Normal people. Yeah, and again, I've never drawn from a holster, so that the biggest thing I wanted to do was be comfortable with that, and not make bad habits by just doing it by myself. So, that was kind of the biggest thing, is just get comfort with that and then build from there. So I like the format.
Awesome. Thank you for coming out. Appreciate it. Ben?
Same comments. I wouldn't have known that you had never drawn before.
Yeah, overall as a group, I mean, everything we said, we weren't blowing smoke up girls' ass. I mean, as a group and individually, I mean, this is a solid class. Y'all asked good questions. Yeah, I mean, I had no idea that some of you hadn't drawn or were that new. I mean, you all made leaps and bounds improvements today, so good job. Hope to see y'all back soon.